Coming up right now, stop working remotely and return to work, or you're fired. The stance one company is taking and why they are forcing staff to choose.
Also coming up, a man sets the record for the most tatted name, and this is not the first time he's held the title. We will tell you how many times one name has been inked all over his body.
Ooh, a little bit later, a former CIA agent shares some safety travel tips because safety first, of course.
Of course. Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, welcoming you to an hour packed with Daily Flash goodness. You're going to love it. We're going to jump in the kitchen today. We're looking forward to that.
Test kitchen.
Doing a test kitchen. And then we're breaking down breakfast, okay?
Yes.
And actually, the whole origins might change the way you eat in the morning. So stick around for that. That's good. Plus, we're going to have some fun, too. No doubt about that. Always read the fine print, of course, right? You've heard that around everywhere.
Yes, of course.
So there's this company, this restaurant, it's called New York Fries, okay? And basically they sell like New York fries and hot dogs and that sort of thing.
Are New York fries different than French fries?
I always wanted to know that. No, I thought the same thing.
Okay.
Apparently they are.
Okay.
But this company, which is even crazier, it's based, where this story comes from is Canada, okay?
Oh.
So they had a coupon that they sent out to everybody.
Okay.
It was a buy one, get one free hot dog, right?
Okay.
At New York Fries. You can go there and, you know, like on every coupon, you know, the fine print on it.
Yep.
It had all the disclaimers and all the things, but then also it added, I'm going to quote it, it said, may not be used by Sally C., who went to Birch Church High School, class of 2007. Wow.
Somebody's holding a grudge.
I want to know what happened.
Wow. Yeah,
She
me
turned
too.
him down for prom or something?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
wondering.
On him, something.
The whole
Probably.
story behind it, I would think like, okay, Sally C., if you could prove,
Yeah.
you know, that you're Sally C., I would love for you to it would be awesome to turn into that coupon and then see if they would actually deny it, or just, hey, I want to buy you, let me buy you lunch, Sally, because I'd love to hear this story.
Are they checking everybody's IDs that come in to make sure it's not?
I don't
Does she
know.
come in with a mustache?
I don't know.
I'm thinking this guy, I'm assuming it's a guy, has
Yeah.
such a grudge that he would know if she walked through that door, he'd be able to single her out.
I love it, though.
It's great.
I'm going to start reading those fine prints.
Sally, if you're watching the show, call us. We'd like to hear your side of the story.
We'll even buy you a hot dog,
Yep.
okay? We'll get you two, since you got buy one, get one free. Dating app Grindr. I've heard of it, never seen it, never downloaded or anything. It lost nearly half of its staff after trying to force a return back to the office. In early August, the dating app ended its remote work policies and announced a return to office mandate. Now, they gave workers 2 weeks to choose between relocating to their respective hubs, office twice a week, or leave the company and you get a severance. An insider said 80 of Grindr's 178 employees chose to leave. Many of them were workers, were hired remotely, and were required to relocate to those hub cities: New York, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, Washington, D.C. There are critics out there that believe the return to work policy was in response to attempt to unionize the company. So basically they said, oh, you're going to unionize? Well, then you're going to have to come into work. And so that could be possibly one of the reasons why.
I saw a headline the other day in one of the business journals, and it said 90% of the workforce will be mandated to return to the office before the end of this year.
Do you feel it's different? I mean, we had to do
Yeah.
this show remotely, and it was a totally different vibe. But there is something about the connection when you have and ideas flow seemingly, and not as distracting.
And you don't realize how much that office environment feeds into other companies. The local
true.
cafe down the street that serves lunch, you know, anything like that. If you're going to get coffee in the morning, if you're working from home, you're not patronizing those kinds of companies. But also, like you mentioned, it's that connection, that human connection that I think everybody needs.
And most companies have sales involved in them, and it seems like deals can be made if you're sitting down with that person. They can read your body language and that sort of thing. And if a sales staff can say, well, we could just easily do this over Zoom, but there's something missing out of that, and I would imagine they would have more productivity, knowing that you got to get up and you got to do something, and maybe on those days you're there, you're making the most out of your time.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
It's
That's
the cost
true.
of those buildings too. My fiance works for a major corporation in town with a giant building, and we went in there, and it is a ghost town. There is no. She has to go 3 days a week. Even half the time she's there till noon, and will be like, "I'm on my way home. No one's here."
Yeah.
Don't tell her about it.
It's weird. It's a whole new world. I would love to see going. I appreciate coming into the studio and doing this kind of stuff. So yeah.
Well, a British dad has reclaimed a Guinness World Records title by having his daughter's name tattooed on his body 667 times. 49-year-old Mark Owen Evans originally earned the record for the most tattoos of the same name on his body in 2017 when he had his daughter's name Lucy inked on his back 267 times. Evan then lost the record in 2020 when American Deidre Mitchell had her own name tattooed on her body 300 times. Evans then reclaimed the title by adding 400 more Lucy tattoos, 200 on each leg, saying that he couldn't wait to reclaim his title and dedicate it to his daughter. Evans said he initially set the record to celebrate the birth of his daughter and raise money for the hospital that cared for her during her first few months of life.
All right, I like that story. Well, and I'm glad it was his daughter, because if it was a girlfriend or a wife, you know that marriage or relationship was done. Yeah, that's what it's called, the kiss of death. A former CIA agent revealed her top tips for staying safe while traveling. 44-year-old Tracy Walder learned how to take extra precautions while on assignment in some of those most dangerous countries. Walder, she's now a Dallas-based professor. She shared her top tips for safety in an Instagram video. Tracy researches the area for any threats and sets up an app to alert contacts of her location in the event of emergency. When checking into a hotel, she opts to stay in a room located between the 3rd and 6th floors. That's low enough for emergency access, but far up from an intruder who might be on the ground floor trying to enter. She says is the most accessible. And regardless of the floor level, she bolts from the room and uses the security lock across her door as well. I mean, it's the world that we live in. If I'm going to take any advice, it's going to be from a CIA agent that's been out there, right?
Yeah, you'd think so. I mean, she's definitely been through it enough. And traveling overseas, she knows what the makeup of is a hotel room, the 3 to 6th floor right there in the middle. Don't get up too high, because if the building goes on fire, then you're stuck at the very top.
And imagine if, and it sounds crazy, but she was probably in a situation where if it was a building that's under attack, you know, it would probably be more likely a little bit higher. So interesting stuff there.
Well, we are celebrating an important holiday here at Daily Flash. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, it is National Smash a Can Day, and in honor of the holiday, Mitch and Matt are going to race to smash the most cans in 10 seconds. Now, while the guys are getting ready, here's some great stats on the number of cans that are recycled each year. For a single aluminum can, it could power a TV, believe it or not, for up to 3 hours. About 50 billion cans are recycled each year. Only 50% of cans are recycled each year as well. So it looks like we've got a long ways to go until we can really get the whole recycling thing going. But the good news is we've got the guys ready to smash some cans. We're going to see who can smash.
So this is my plan of attack. I'm just going to use my right foot and go all the way down to be able to do this. Now, are we recycling these afterwards?
Yeah, just make with the Smashy Smash, and these are all from my house, so I drink a lot of fizzy water.
That's a lot of fizzy water. And you'll notice that this line, actually, Andrea, goes all the way around to the bathroom. So this explains why Matt has to. It's actually, this is his sobriety test where he wants to. You want to take a guess how many you think we can get in 30 seconds?
I'm going to guess 10.
You think we can get all 10 in 30 seconds?
All 10 in 30 seconds.
Is there any qualifications? Does it have to be smashed all the way to the ground?
I think it's got to be flat.
No, it's flat. Smashed.
Okay, flat. All right, so are you gonna give us the mark, get set, go, and James, you'll tell us when we need to go, right, James?
Are you guys ready? On your marks, get set, go.
That's scary. That was easier than I thought.
I slipped up on one. I slipped up on that. This one I messed up.
Mitch finished first.
Jackson.
Yeah, Mitch, you win the prize. Because Matt, he lost one there at the very end.
I think I finished, but I messed up this one.
When I was a kid, recycling just started. Like everybody was going to recycle. So my dad, in the very back of our yard, in the back corner, we would have thousands of cans. Like he would find them, and I'm like, it was so embarrassing growing up. But you couldn't see it from the road. And then he would take it down there and he'd make like $20 or something. But it's $20.
In some states, you can recycle them. It's like a video game, putting them into the machine.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
Michigan.
And then,
there you go, Jackson.
We tried.
I think you guys did a great job.
I didn't break an egg.
Style points for both of you. Mitch got through the extra line a little bit faster than Matt. I'm thinking we all need to take a trip to the Tin Can House in Houston.
Jackson, we got more trending news and entertainment. I would love to do something with all these on Miss Brooks' hands.
All right, you guys, good job out there. Tin Can Alley here at Daily Flash. Well, stay with us. Still plenty more to come here on the show. We have got our cooking segment coming up. We're heading to the test kitchen to find out if this herbal Coca-Cola remedy is really worth all the flash. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Hey everybody, Mitch English here. All right, big quick question. Anybody in here a bed rotter? Yeah. You're a bed rotter? For sure. You're admitting that you're a bed rotter. Yeah, okay, well that's a big thing. All right, I can agree with that. What is a bed rotter? And how is it affecting our younger generations? Well, we got to get an expert, and that's why we have Judy Wilkins-Smith. She's author and motivational speaker. Judy, thank you, and welcome back to the show. How are you?
Hi, Mitch. It's great to be back with you. You're in my favorite place in the world, so I'm always good.
I love that. Okay, I'm intrigued. Bed rotter. We did a quick survey. Apparently, some know what this is, and some agree that that's what they are. I need to know, what is a bed rotter?
So a bed rotter, and your person is going to correct me if they know something else, but as far as I'm aware, a bed rotter is somebody who gets to burn out. They've had enough. They need the day in bed. They need to lie around. They need to not do anything other than snack perhaps and watch TV, and that's that. And it's almost like what we would have called a mental day or a mental health day, a bed rotter.
I love it. So
doing nothing much.
My generation would call this Ferris Bueller, basically, where he just stays in all day but then makes a big day out of it, nevertheless. But he made his parents think he was sick. But a bed rotter, you know, so I would love to know the difference between, what is the difference between actually just taking a break and recharging and compared to what a bed rotter is? Because it seems like it's important to have those days. Am I right or wrong?
It's important to have those days. We don't always max them, though. This is the problem. So for me, I know there are bed rotters, and for your person who said, yes, I am one, there's what we call an alternative, which is a bed plotter.
Okay.
And a bed plotter is somebody who's going to lie in bed and they're going to think about, I just need to veg. I just need to not do anything. But at some point, they know they've got to switch back on. Now, you could do the bed rotting where you just sit and do nothing, but you can also do the bed rotting where you sit and think about what got me here right now and what might I want to do. In other words, what needs to stop, what needs to start. So it's almost like a reset. Okay. But a bed plotter means you get to go do the bed rotter thing and really feel productive about it.
Okay, and it seems like the technology that is around you probably needs to be a little absent or maybe not absorb as much, meaning like if you're sitting and watching TV, you're not really concentrating on yourself, or if you're on your phone the entire time, you're not concentrating on yourself. Are there some tools that we could take when we bed plot?
Yes. If you're going to bed plot, really literally just take a pen and a pad, or if you want to do it on your phone, you can take your phone and dictate into that. And it's kind of just stream of consciousness, letting the thoughts flow. I don't want to be doing this anymore. I really don't want to be doing this. I wish I were doing this. Now, it sounds like we're doing from discontent to wishful thinking, but you're not. You're actually identifying what it is that's got you here and needing this in the first place, and doing the reset and going, what do I really want? And if you follow that, you're going to be surprised by the wisdom that you have about yourself and what's important to you.
All right, Judy, as a parent, it seems like this bed rotting starts to kick in their mid-teens, it seems like, you know. I just need to decompress. Gosh, Dad, let me lay in bed. But how can we actually motivate our kids, or even Gen Zers altogether?
You know, it's to show them that there's a really big game out there, because I think for a lot of people, they feel like, oh, what's the point?
Yeah.
Well, the point is, once you begin to identify what you don't want, and then you begin to identify what you really do want, that's when the endorphins kick in. You've always got to make the adventure you do want bigger than the adventure that you're stuck in at the moment. So motivating them is what's possible. What do you really want? What would you like to go out and get in the world? And you're going to still have some people go, well, I don't know. Well, bed rotting's a really good place to start figuring out the I don't know.
And again, I would imagine just taking away the distractions so that they could do that sort of thing. And imagine what I've learned and what I try to preach a lot is that the only way you're actually going to grow is to be uncomfortable. So, you know, this kind of goes against a little bit because you're saying bed rotting, and my bed's nice and comfortable. But if I'm uncomfortable in the fact of the way my life is going, how do we break that pattern and then light the spark enough to where I go, all right, I'm going to do an inventory on myself. I'm going to take this time and I'm just going to relax and push everything else. How do I do that for myself? Or for advice for maybe a younger generation?
Right. So what I say to people is, okay, you got the time to veg or bed rot and lie down and do stuff. Kind of segment that out into 3 different portions of your bed rotting day.
Okay.
Just lie there and do nothing and let your brain go. Phew. And then allow yourself to say, here's what I really don't like in my life at the moment. And write down your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions about that. Because these are patterns that are coming in. And what people don't realize is some of them are inherited patterns. So allow yourself to veg, then you allow yourself to write down what isn't working. Okay. And then invite yourself to say, so what do I really want? We don't do that enough. We teach our kids and we teach each other that imagining or dreaming is really a fool's game. It's not. It's the smartest thing you could do. Yeah. So when you imagine, that starts to kind of get a bit exciting. And yes, you're going to have to do something with that, but you've ignited the spark and you won't be stuck. This is what I call how to never, ever, 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 ever again be stuck.
I love that. And we all get stuck, and it's, you know, it's actually part of our development is to get stuck. We need to get stuck so that we can figure out a different way of have a solution for that. You know, this and some of the other topics that you cover in your book. Tell us about it. It's called Encoding Your Emotional Blueprint. And where can folks get a copy of that?
Okay, so it's Decoding Your Emotional Blueprint. They can get a copy of it any good bookstore that's around, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, any of those. And what it does is it shows you why you get into that funk or that space of stuck.
I love that. Yeah.
Stuck is the best place you could be because stuck means I'm now too big for this little box and I've had enough.
All right.
And so the book shows you very carefully how to get out of that. And then it also starts the spark.
Very good. I said encoding, it is Decoding Your Emotional Blueprint. You can go to judywilkins-smith.com to find out more information. Thank you so much. You always have such great insight and everything. I'm not going to just lay around. I'm going to be productive. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Mitch.
Hey guys, welcome to The Beat. First off, Doja Cat has done what seemed impossible by breaking the year-long chart-topping drought for hip-hop with her single, Paint the Town Red. She proves to us once again who the real queen of modern hip-hop really is by scoring the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. The Grammy winner, Paint the Town Red, stems from an upcoming album named Scarlet. This marks the first #1 hip-hop track in over a year, ending the longest chart break since 2001. Doja's new track samples a 1963 Dionne Warwick hit, Walk On By, and this is Doja Cat's second chart topper, following Say So remix with Nicki Minaj back in May of 2020. Doja says she really enjoyed making this song because she had fun playing with her rap skills while giving us an insight of what's really going on in her life. And she will now embark on her first headlining tour this fall with support from Ice Spice, and that's obviously something you're not going to want to miss. In other action, we see J Balvin coming back with 2 of the greatest, J Balvin, DJ Khaled, and Usher. They got that beat to make your booty go crazy. I'm telling you, J Balvin has just revived Usher's 2004 classic, Yeah, on the new futuristic club-ready banger, Dientes. And Dientes, it means teeth. A body part that J Balvin asks us to show him about 90,000 times in a song of 2 minutes and 56 seconds. The at-home braces or teeth whitening kit that snags this song for their ads is definitely going to be cleaning up. And the video features multiple Balvins and Ushers dancing together on a light-up disco floor, as well as DJ Khaled doing his very best on a DDR machine. And Dientes is relentlessly catchy mix of genres with bold and unpredictable sounds. Some of that is because of the masterminds behind the production. The track features some of music's sharpest minds, including Muramasa, Fred Ball, DJ Luyang, Mambo Kings, Tiny, and Michael Braun. The track started with DJ Khaled's gleeful ad-libs. Before the familiar synth beat from Usher's classic kicks in, Balvin storms in, rapping in Spanish, as the song pumps up its BPM and heads towards reggaeton territory. Eventually, Usher blasts in too, adding verses to create something brand new. And also in the beat today, speaking of brand new, we have to thank Justin Bieber and SZA for blessing us with this surprise collab, the new Snooze Acoustic Remix. SZA said she forgot to mention this to us. The acoustic rendition full of glistening harmonies instead of a more traditional revamp built around any new Bieber verses. The Smokey video shows a glowing SZA and a shirtless Biebs laying together on a picnic or playing around at a crib. And we're expecting SZA to share an expanded SOS album soon featuring at least 10 additional new tracks. She also happens to be featured in Drake's new song Slime You Out, featuring a 2012 Halle Berry on the cover art and presumably destined for Drake's new album coming out this October. And a side note, Halle Berry was not a fan of that cover art. She wrote on social media that it was made without her consent and that she even said no to Drake at some point, but he still managed to drop the cover. And Justin Bieber is also pulling a double duty, appearing in Diddy's album, The Love Album, Off the Grid. Incredible work from all of them. And now that you're all caught up with the music, go listen to it and let me know how much you enjoy them.
Thank you, Fabian. Now it's time to dive into some worldly known knowledge that seems like it's true, but is it really? I have a couple for you today. The first is a rumor that in the early 2000s, singer Avril Lavigne was using a doppelganger to help her handle the struggles of fame, but the lookalike died in 2003, and she promptly had to take over full time. Now, we've heard about this a lot recently, most recently with the former First Lady, where somebody steps in and all that. So is it true or false?
Well, I couldn't see it being true.
Yeah, I'm going to say false on this one. Yeah,
so
I think false.
She says it is false. She had heard about the rumors, but she did have a fight with fame at the beginning of her career, but promises it was her.
Do you know she started out actually doing country music?
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people forget about that up there in the Canada, and which a lot of people do in their career because country music has such a broad, very loyal fan base. But she did a very short amount of time, and then she found a skater boy. So
and that worked out.
Skater boys.
All right, next up, in Switzerland, is it legal to own just one guinea pig? Just one.
I couldn't see why it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I would think it'd be okay.
So it is illegal in Switzerland to own just one guinea pig.
Why?
Now they say the reason is, and this is their politics over there, they are such social creatures that they believe just having one is considered animal abuse.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, just so maybe they need two in order to be happy and survive.
Yes. I got the same thing. We just got cats, right? And I was told, first off, I said, all right, we're getting one cat. Well, you know that you need two.
Yeah.
So now I have two cats at the house. And I said, all right, because I did it all under, duress. And I was like, I don't know if I want to. And I said, that's fine. I just don't want to have to clean up its the litter box. And with Liza out of town, no one thought they go, well, you can hire somebody to come over and do it. I'm that close to getting somebody. I did it yesterday. I don't know what these cats are eating. These things are disgusting.
And now one last one, real quick.
Yeah.
Is it official that NSYNC is going to return? Is that just a rumor or is it true?
Man, I've been hearing a lot about
it. No, I'm going to say no, except for one song.
And it's off the Trolls movie.
Who all's coming back with them, man?
Yes, well, it's officially the NSYNC reunion for one song. It's their first song in 20 years. Chris Kirkpatrick, JC Chasez, Joey Fatone, Lance Bass. They are joining Justin Timberlake. Only Justin Timberlake, though, is in the Trolls movie.
Oh, I see. They're changing the name of the band to Justin and Friends. I don't know if you knew that. All right, we'll be back with more after this.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment. Mitch, how are you with the sort of the shortcut version of words that Gen Z loves so much, soch or prob or natch?
Bennies.
Bougie.
If I know what they are, if they're really close to it, like when people say za, I'm like, you know what? No. No.
I haven't heard that one.
You never for pizza?
No.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Yeah. That bothers me. I go, okay, I get it. I see where the za part of pizza, but I want to know what the word is.
Can't you just say pizza? Is it that difficult? Okay, I got natch for naturally.
Okay.
Totes.
Totes, I've heard that one.
Okay. Sesh, like a session.
Let's do a sesh.
Loves. Instead of I love it, you just say loves. Adorbs.
Adorbs. I've heard that one before too.
Soch.
It's like for social?
Social.
Social,
yeah.
okay.
Lates.
Like goodbye? Okay, I'm doing pretty good so far.
Soup.
Soup?
Yeah, soup.
Soup?
It's
Like
soup.
clam
So like
chowder?
super?
Super.
Okay, the way
Yeah.
you say it, it says it.
Yeah.
Clam chowder.
Clam chowder.
Come chat. Chillax.
It means relax and chill at
chill.
the same time.
Probs.
I got a problem?
No.
Probs?
Probs.
Oh, props, yeah.
No, probs. Like P-R-O-B-S.
Like pure probs?
Probably.
Oh,
Probs.
see, I was wrong. I thought it'd be you have problems.
And sus. It's
Oh, no,
totally-
okay,
it's
yes, it's
totally
suspect,
sus.
right?
Yes.
No, my 11-year-old does this all the time, and he kept on saying, this is so sus. And I'm like,
It's a TikTok generation. This is how they speak.
I know, but it took me forever to figure out, like, I had to figure out what he would talk about, and then he would call me, then all of a sudden I was sus, yo, that was real sus. And I'm like, I don't care. And then I would hear him use it in another way. And I go, you little.
Mitch,
So
I've
that's
known
a
you
new
for
one
like
now.
20 years. You are very sus. Sus English.
You're sus, Mitch.
I'm very,
Probs.
it's like a sus, like it's perverted, like it's,
Totes.
or what would be the correct?
You're
totes.
totes.
I'm
You're
totes sus.
sus.
It would be like you're sketchy
Yeah,
in a
you're
sexual
sketchy.
kind of manner or something like that.
It's
Everything I've heard.
suspicious. It's like suspect.
Okay.
It's a little
Just all together.
sketchy. Yeah,
All
sketchy is
right.
fine. All right, dating app Grindr lost nearly half its staff after trying to force a return to the office. In early August, the dating app ended its remote work policies and announced a return to office mandate. They gave workers 2 weeks to choose between relocating to their respective hub office twice a week or leave the company with severance. An insider says 80 of Grindr's 178 employees chose to leave. Many of these workers were hired remotely and were required to relocate to hub cities, including New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Fran, and Washington, D.C. Some critics believe the return to work policy was in response to an attempt to unionize the company.
Now, I find it sus that the company that invites, that encourages you to meet people at your home is telling people to get away from your home.
Totes.
They're totes, right? I'm in agreement with, and it was only asked, what, did you say 2 days a week that
Yeah,
they had
that's
to do?
it.
I mean, but it could be that for some people that it was just too long of a commute for those 2 days. But you also get used to like your office space. You don't want to mix things up, and
Yeah.
you're like, I want to do it. However, there is something to be said about working in a group environment with other people and
Yes.
the energy that happens and comes from it.
And I think, too, when you're looking at work productivity, I mean, I'm sure some people are really good at home at keeping up with work and doing
Yeah.
stuff, but there are others probably who are not, that need a little guidance and supervision.
It has to be very disciplined. Do that. And if it's a place where content needs to be produced, which
Yeah.
I saw that, I guess that's what they do, stuff like that. But that's what the website's for, right? Is they just make these little
Very sus,
videos?
Mitch.
For
Very
grinding, yeah.
A little sus over there.
You are going to need a group environment to make sure everybody's
Yeah.
there, and so if you're shorthanded, I can see that big deal.
This is true.
All righty, we have so much fun waiting for you. We would love to have you join us. Why don't you stick around? Because we got a whole hour packed full of good stuff, and we're not done with it yet. No.
We've got a cool segment coming up about breakfast.
Which
The
is going to surprise you.
history, the
I learned
history.
something when we
Me
were talking
too.
about this in the meeting. So we're going to see if you agree with it as well, of where breakfast came from, and maybe give you a new alternative to making your day better and starting off on the right foot. Give us some ideas as well. Daily Flash returns. We got trending news and entertainment right here. Don't you go anywhere. We're going to miss you if you do. Welcome to Healthcare 911. I'm Mitch English. There's a new way to help fight childhood cancer with one social media post at a time. Northwestern Mutual is promoting the hashtag Lemon Top Challenge, all in honor of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Here's Stephen Ratke. He's the president of Northwestern Mutual Foundation.
September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and a lot of people don't realize that every day, 1,000 children around the globe are diagnosed with cancer. Northwestern Mutual has been trying for over a decade to change that. And we do it primarily by partnering with a great organization, Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. They're one of the premier funders of important pediatric cancer research. So to draw attention to the great work they're doing and show them support and build awareness, we've come up with something really fun and simple, the Lemon Top Challenge. All you have to do is take a lemon, balance it on the top of your head, take a picture, post it to social media using the hashtag Lemon Top Challenge. And if you tag Northwestern Mutual and Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, we'll make a $10 contribution to Alex's, up to $500,000. If you want to learn more, you can go to our website, northwesternmutual.com, and do the Lemon Top Challenge.
Oh, Mitch, sleep. We all need more of it, right?
Oh, yeah, more sleep.
I know. However, it never seems like there's enough time for it. Dr. Karan R is a top surgeon in the UK with millions of followers on social media. He recently shared his top 5 things that are ruining our sleep.
Your sleep is being ruined by 5 common habits. You're having a big meal within 2 hours of bedtime. It takes 90 minutes for 50% of your stomach to empty into the small intestines. So the more full your stomach is, the higher chance of acid reflux, which can obviously damage your sleep. Ideally, wait 2 to 3 hours after your large big meal before you go to bed. Or chugging water right before bed. When you're asleep, the body increases the production of the hormone ADH, so it retains water and suppresses your need to pee. If you drink lots of water before bed, it can suppress the production of ADH, so you pee more and you wake up more and it ruins your sleep. You are sleeping in a hot room. On this graph, you can see our peak body temperature is around 7 p.m. After this point, the body temperature drops and we feel more sleepy and there's an increased production of melatonin. Basically, our body needs to become cooler to sleep faster. If you're having an alcoholic nightcap before going to bed, stop. Blue line shows what a healthy sleep pattern looks like with appropriate phases of REM sleep. Red line shows what happens when you have alcohol before you go to bed. TLDR, alcohol messes up your REM sleep. Finally, caffeine. This green thing is adenosine, the molecule that makes you feel sleepy, and it binds to this purple blob, the adenosine receptor. Caffeine, this orange thing, can also fit into the adenosine receptor and block adenosine binding to it. Caffeine doesn't make you more alert, it just makes you feel less sleepy, because it prevents the accumulation of the sleep molecule. Most people that struggle with sleep, you might want to skip the afternoon coffee.
All right, Dr. R, thank you. Well, you're driving home and you think, why not treat myself?
Sure.
If this sounds like you're likely part of the treat culture. Inflation and out-of-control prices for everything from gas to groceries has many of us looking for simple pleasures these days. Maybe it's a latte, frozen lemonade, could be a lipstick, hand cream. You might even consider a cheesy reality show as a little self-indulgence. Experts say treat culture has the same feel-good vibes as retail therapy, but without the giant credit card hangover.
All right. Every time I go grocery shopping, I feel like I have to have a treat. And I think that's also why, right when you're checking out, there's all that food there because you just grab it. But do you have like one thing where you're like, okay, it's my treat. It's for me.
Yeah, sometimes I like, in fact, when I drive home from the show, sometimes I like to stop at Starbucks and get a nitro cold brew.
Those are good, actually.
So good. That's my little treat.
I would say when I do the shopping, I swing by and get me ice cream sandwiches. And I think that's like my treat, but then the problem is I have to hide them in the freezer.
So she doesn't know you bought them.
Well, that and Enzo, my 12-year-old, he'll find them. He'll find them.
Yeah.
But listen, I don't mind. It's there as a treat so that you can have it at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So I think you're okay when it becomes a necessity and it's not a treat anymore. Then that's the problem,
Then it's
right?
the problem.
You want to jump in? Speaking of food, you want to jump in the kitchen?
Yes.
All right, we're real excited. We're going to jump into the Daily Flash test kitchen and learn more about your breakfast and how you can change it all up in a good way.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson along with Mitch English, and we've got Matt Doolittle, and we are in the test kitchen with Chef Yvonne.
Yeah, Chef Yvonne is here.
Hi, everybody.
Now, this segment is all about, we find viral videos of people making stuff, and so we test them here. Here on the show, we actually have, when we have meals and stuff put together, Chef Yvonne puts them together for us, and so we go, well, let's put her to the challenge. She can make some of these viral video test recipes, and then we can try them out and see if they actually match. What do we got going on today? It involves a Coke, and it was actually called the Healthy Coke, created by Mandy V. Jones. But Chef, it's called the Healthy Coke. Why and how is it made, and how is it healthy? I want to know. Is it healthier?
I guess it's because it doesn't have all the calories and the sugar, although Coke Zero for me is my go-to choice, and it's healthy enough. But what she claims is that it tastes just like Coke. So that's what we're going to find out, and you guys are going to be the guinea pigs.
Okay.
Because to be truth be told, I have not tried it.
You've not tried it at all. Right,
yeah, so let's go ahead and do it.
You know what we're getting into here.
It does concern
So what do
me.
we need for this recipe?
Only balsamic vinegar and any kind of sparkling water. So here we have, regular brand. So
She's heavy-handed with that
She's
balsamic
the I know. I want you in my bartender.
A double shot right there.
So go ahead and pour it in.
Okay.
And we got some real Coke in here, so you guys can either rinse your
Palate
out or
Well, no,
compare if it really tastes like Coke. Because
This looks like
again,
Coke.
Right.
It looks
Imagine
like
we
the
would
smell
kind of
of
mix
it
it up a little bit too.
Yeah.
It smells
Go ahead and mix it up.
This has had 633,000 views, and we want to know if it actually does.
Yeah, and it does look like Coke. We got to give it to that,
I know,
right?
which kind of worries me, you know?
Yeah.
Give us that.
Oh, God.
No way. Oh, no.
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 I'm gonna go ahead and try it. How bad is it?
Oh, no. No, that is horrible.
No,
No, not
where
even
do you
close.
even get Coke out of
Give
that?
me the regular.
Yeah.
All right. But okay, I gotta say honestly, I just tried it. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I don't know if you want to try it. I thought it was going to be really, really bad. Maybe it's just
I'll take a
me
sip.
thinking that balsamic vinegar is not
But
all
the
that
smell
bad.
is.
It gets you like right here
Yeah, right
afterwards.
at the-
It's because of that vinegar.
Oh,
Right? You got the same thing.
Yes.
It goes right to you.
there's a chaser if you need it.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
you guys
I'm
do.
gonna-
I
yeah.
actually think it's pretty refreshing if you want my.
Wow, you're the one.
Now, can you imagine, like, maybe if you taped, maybe just put a little,
Maybe a
balsam
little
on it?
less.
Yeah, and then where it kind of is just like, but then also, then why don't you just get the Coke Zero if you're going to want to do that sort of thing. But nowadays, with so many of these, what do you call it, the sparkling waters, they come in
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
different flavors anyway. And I remember the biggest trend, I guess it had been about, what, 5-6 years ago, remember Coca-Cola and all?
Yvonne's going for another
No kidding,
round.
man. Apparently,
good.
She likes
it's
it.
not Jack.
I
is
think
it?
I like it. Actually, I'm really surprised. I
Really?
think
You like it?
I actually like it. Do you guys like to dip your little bread in the balsamic
Yes.
vinegar?
Yes.
Yeah,
With
Well,
olive
you can
oil.
drink
bread,
Yeah.
not soda.
So I'm gonna give it a 7, a solid 7.
Wow, a
No?
solid 7?
Yeah, try this one.
Okay.
I put a little bit more water.
Okay.
And I think, I mean, it's not like Coke. That is
I'll
false.
give it a 0.0.
But
No.
Here's
still no.
my issue.
still no.
Is
But the lemon's nice.
When I
like it.
drink anything, I drink really fast. I would imagine if somebody made this, I had to drink. I would drink this pretty slow and maybe curb that bad habit I have of drinking things really, really fast. That's it. I'm saying no. At what, 1 to 10? I'm going to say
pass.
1. I'm going to give it a 1 because it looks like it.
I think there's missing just a little bit of alcohol. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the touch that we're missing on
It
this.
solves everything.
I love
Yeah.
that idea. All right, thank you very much, Chef Yvonne. Hey, do you know that September is Self-Improvement Month, and lifestyle editor Joanne Butler is joining us with 3 of her favorite things to make your life a little bit better. Hey there, Joanne.
Oh, hi. Thanks for having me. Well, I always say it's all about the little things you can do from the inside out to make yourself feel amazing. So your beauty routine is a huge part of that, whether it's a new lipstick or a skincare buy. And of course, who doesn't feel great when they have a good hair day? I know I do. And my little secret is always Pantene for that. It's just the trusted drugstore buy that gives you crazy salon-like results at home. And with fall coming, between the new hair colors and the bleaching and the cuts and then all the damage from the summer sun and chlorine, when my hair is really in need of deep damage repair, I always grab this duo. It's their Daily Moisture Renewal Shampoo and Miracle Rescue Deep Conditioning Treatment. Miracle it is. It repairs as well, if not better, than the leading $60 treatment. It's loaded with vitamins and antioxidants and just leaves your hair so soft and moisturized without weighing it down. So you can use it every day or in your usual wash day cadence. This is just high-end Lux for less all the way. Each of these under $10 at Target. And you can do a lot with that savings, and just invest it in yourself another way, like a self-care trip to the spa for a massage, a manicure, a pedicure. It's just a lot of savings for no sacrifice at all. I just love my Pantene for good hair. Now, let's talk about taking care of your insides. I am a proponent of supplements because sometimes what we eat and drink alone are just not enough. And right now, the wonderful Refresh that makes really great feminine care products has just recently launched the Refresh Urinary Tract Health Plus Immune Support Supplement that you can get right on Amazon. And it's a daily that helps reduce the risk of recurring UTIs, urinary tract infection. And, if you've ever had one, they're no fun, very painful. So if there's a possibility of preventing it, by all means, help yourself. And evidence shows that healthy women who've had a UTI before reduce their risk of having another if they consume 500 milligrams a day of cranberry. And 1 serving of these, 2 caps a day, is 500 milligrams of whole cranberry fruit powder. Plus they have vitamin D and zinc for immune support. So it's an easy no-brainer to keep yourself healthy. Again, right now on Amazon. Now, our eyes are an often overlooked part of our self-care routine. So these are fabulous for irritated dry eyes. They're BioTrue Hydration Boost eye drops. Just give you instant moisture and relief and help eyes feel hydrated throughout the day. And it uses a pH balanced preservative formula inspired by the biology of the eye with ingredients like hyaluronan, a moisturizer found naturally in tears, an electrolyte and an antioxidant. And you can find BioTrue pretty much anywhere at mass retail. It's fabulous. Now, Now, of course, you should keep your body hydrated too. Drink more water throughout the day. Try some green tea a couple times a week. It's so good for you, just as good as water, and it's packed with antioxidants. And make a few healthier eating choices, even if it's just cutting out some of the processed foods in your diet. That makes a huge difference in how you feel. Other things you can do, surround yourself with things that make you happy and feel zen like we did here. And just, take 10, 20 minutes out of your day to stop and just breathe in through the nose and out the mouth, and just think about yourself and how you feel in your body. I've really personally been taking the time to do this for myself, and it's made a huge difference in the way I approach everything in my life. I feel more focused and calm. Also nature, take advantage of it. Get out there and walk. It helps you mentally and physically. Just get outside and breathe in some fresh air. And really, in thinking about all these things, the key is to keep it simple. Small tasks equal big rewards. I know sometimes when I feel like it's too big to tackle, I just give up on everything. So don't do that. Make little lifestyle changes each day to better yourself. And soon enough, you take on more and more, and it gets bigger and better. So that's really the key.
You had dinner last night, you got leftovers, we got breakfast for you. We'll explain and really give you some great options. All that's when we come back, right?
Yep.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. We are in the kitchen this day, having a good time too.
Yeah, so we started thinking about how breakfast came to be. An interesting story, because way back in the day, it's been said that what happened was you'd have leftovers from the night before, and that would be your breakfast.
So your leftovers would stay in the ice box or whatever,
yes.
And then that's what which makes sense because things would spoil faster.
Right, this is long before the cereal companies came to be. But then when the cereal companies came into action, then things changed, and people thought, oh, I can only have cereal for breakfast.
All right, so we are given an assignment to Chef Yvonne. She goes, okay, well, you got to bring in your leftovers from we had from last night. And what did you have?
I had some Cubans with some rice and beans, so I had little rice and beans left over.
Nice.
Perfect.
And I made lasagna, a big old thing of lasagna, which you guys are welcome to. So I brought in my lasagna from last night. I would love to see how you turn this into a breakfast, though.
Right. So I gotta say, disclaimer for everybody watching. Leftovers, you can just reheat them and eat them. I love leftovers. But if you want to make them a little bit more look like breakfast, this is what we're going to show you.
Okay.
And I would say three key ingredients you can go to: a piece of toast, eggs, and fruit.
Oh, okay.
You just add any of those three, and then you can spruce it up and make it look like breakfast.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
So let's start with your lasagna, Mitch. Why don't you go ahead and reveal what it looks like?
This is my
Oh, wow.
Okay.
How beautiful.
Over here, if you guys can see, we got a little lasagna. And what I did is lasagna toast. And so just grab a little piece of toast, toast it a little more than what you would normally. I put a little bit of garlic to spruce up the flavor. Added some spinach to make your wife happy.
She knows.
And so
you made this look a lot better than it did last night.
Let me just tell you, Yvonne is the most amazing food stylist, and Chef Yvonne earns it every single time we do these
And then
segments.
you guys also can try it, and so.
You wouldn't even really have to toast it. It's good. I love how you add it at the top. It doesn't feel as dry as it normally probably would have. Oh,
I trust you.
Yeah,
I
go
trust
ahead
you. I'm
and
going to
try
eat a
it.
strawberry. I love the fruit, and I love the spinach. And
Quickly,
the
what do we have over here?
Okay, so over here, you got some rice and beans. I think that you can add an egg on anything, and it'll
Pop
make
that
it
up.
awesome. So we got here some. You guys
the
can
rice.
see a little bit of rice and beans. So go ahead.
Oh, with a side of
You
tomatoes,
can
I
do the
love
honors,
that.
And then you can try.
Thank you.
And then make sure that your yolk is yellow, and that way you can crack it.
Thank everybody for tuning in for today. What's the verdict on that? Good stuff. You did a great job at Chef Yvonne.
Thank you, Chef Yvonne.
Thank you all for joining us. You can do our website, dailyflashshow.com, for more information. Y'all be good, and we'll see you when we look at you. Bye-bye.